welcome to another beautiful day at the farm. My name is Celin Garcia and I am the cooking and nutrition educator for the Farm-Based Wellness Program. Welcome to this beautiful and amazing day. So today I wanted to share with you a quick recipe that you can put together at home when you receive your bounty of the basket of vegetables or the bag of vegetables that you will be receiving. So today we are going to make stuffed leaves. You will be getting Swiss chard, while others will be getting collard greens, depending on how much we have cultivated this week. We have zucchini that we're going to slightly saute with some onions and garlic. And the garlic is actually garlic scapes, which you are going to be getting in your bag this week of organic vegetables. And we are going to utilize the leaves also just to wrap the stuffed leaf. Zucchini, tomatoes, the leaves. We have been harvesting a lot of string beans this week, so you're also going to be getting string beans in your baskets this week. And we're going to steam the string beans with the rest of the vegetables. We are also adding some mushrooms and some red onions. But again, anything that you have at home, anything can go here. The idea is just to utilize all the vegetables that you are going to be getting.
Good afternoon, my name is Ruth Torres and I'm coordinator of the Gather New Haven CHAs, and this here is garlic. The garlic, and this is the garlic escape. The garlic is at the bottom here. And I started growing this since November of 2019. And the garlic is here, should be done sometime late this month. And this is here, the garlic escape that Celin is going to use today for one of the ingredients in the demo that she's doing for the food prep today.
So I have just a bit of oil here, not much, that I am going to be adding. Remember, you're going to be getting the whole scape this week. So what I am going to be, I am going to be utilizing the top portion, which is just like garlic, like the clove of garlic or a whole head of garlic. It is very fragrant. This is just new, right? So the garlic is actually the clove, or the garlic head is actually underground, and this is above ground. So I am going to be utilizing this part for the stuffed leaves, and the looser leaves I'm just going to be wrapping the leaves once they are stuffed, and before I steam them so that they don't come apart. So, but if you don't want to do this, you can wrap them with whatever you have at home. I just wanted to show you that we have two cutting boards here. One of the cutting boards, and this is a safety that we should practice all the time at home. When we have raw ingredients and when we have cooked ingredients, we need to have two different cutting boards, or the cutting board that we utilize to cut or chop the raw ingredients. After we are done, we have to proceed and wash it with soap and warm water, dry it, and then we can go on to the next step once the cooked ingredients are done. And this is to avoid cross-contamination, okay, and just stay away from harmful bacteria. And so we are going to cut the onions, and just make sure that you hide the tips of your fingers when you're chopping, when you're cutting. I'm sure that you are familiar with this, but if not, it's just a good practice. Sometimes we just get caught out ways, and children are watching and other people are watching, and we just want to show them the proper way to cut. So again, just hide the fingertips, okay? And let the middle of the knife do all the work with gentle rocking motion back and forth, okay? And again, we are going to saute onion and garlic and just a bit of olive oil with the vegetables that we're going to add this week. Anything that you have at home will do, any kind of onions. Once all the vegetables are slightly sauteed, we are going to stuff them in one of the leaves, either the Swiss chard or the collard, and then we're going to steam. We're going to steam it, so we don't have to cook it so much now, because it's going to finish cooking while everything is steaming. Now we are on to the zucchini. This week we have yellow and we have green. Some of you will get one or the other or both. You can utilize as much as you want or as little as you want. Just utilize your veggies. And this is also a great idea to invite your children to participate as you are getting your vegetables ready. Some of the older children, you can have them just you can have them cut some of the vegetables with knives that are appropriate for them. The younger children, you can just have them maybe just wipe down the vegetable or dry them, because the more that you get the children and teens and preteens involved, the sooner they're going to get accustomed to eating healthier foods and just helping around in the kitchen and at home. And these days, some of us have some time at home while the quarantine is taking place. So this is a great way to introduce your children to healthier cooking and vegetables and just a healthier lifestyle. So I hope that you incorporate your family in your cooking. This week, I know that you were also going to be getting radishes, which are amazing, absolutely full of nutrients. Don't forget that this is the part that is exposed to the sun and the element, while the radish is underground. So there's a lot of nutrient here that when we throw it away, we are discarding an amount of nutrients that our bodies need. So what I am going to do today is I'm going to take the green part and I am going to incorporate in the stir fry where we're going to stuff our leaves. I took off the saute pan from the cooktop because I have some water, a little bit of water, about 2 cups of water that I am heating up in a double boiler where we're going to steam our stuffed leaves. And again, you can chop these leaves as finely as you want or as thick as you want. Just make sure that you conceal the tip of your fingers for safety reasons. We're going to be steaming the leaves on a cooktop. Any kind of hardy leaf will do. If you have cabbage at home, you can also do some cabbage leaves. Any kind of leaves, will do that is pliable. So feel free to experiment. We are going to now incorporate some of the mushrooms. And one way that we should be cleaning mushrooms, we should never immerse them in direct water, because when we do, they swell up and they don't cook properly. So what we want to do is take a little brush and just wipe it off, or a paper towel, just very damp, and we just wipe it off and then dry it. And important also to incorporate the stem of the mushroom either in the recipe, or you can save it for some soup, stews, or if you're going to make any omelets, you can incorporate it. We are just about to start sauteing our veggies, and today this video is coming to you from one of our farms, and this particular farm is located on English and Ferry Street, and we have so much going on here. There's so much growth, all kinds of vegetables. Jocelyn and Soshi and the team, they have been working very hard to harvest all these vegetables so you can have a bounty of goodness this week. So I hope you enjoy this. These are all the veggies ready to go that we are going to saute. Just a few minutes, not that long, again, because they're going to cook thoroughly when they are being steamed in the steam pot. And I just want to show you the aromatics that we are going to add to the vegetables. And I like to add all the fragrant herbs and spices right at the beginning, and add a little bit of salt and pepper, and then adjust the salt and pepper at the end. So we have some rosemary, some of which we are growing at some of the farms. This is from Ruth, our CHA coordinator, has an amazing bed of herbs here, and she was generous enough to give us some fresh thyme. So what we are going to do is that we're going to add some fresh thyme. If you don't have fresh thyme at home, please feel free to use some dry, 2-to-1 ratio. So 1 teaspoon of dry to 2 teaspoons of fresh. And the stem we are going to save because we don't waste anything, and we're going to add it to the water in which we're going to steam the vegetables. We also have, again, a little more rosemary, and we're going to do the same thing with the rosemary stem. The stem is going to go in the water so that we create a very fragrant broth. We have a bay leaf, a half we're going to add to the vegetables, and the other half, again, to the water. We want as much flavor as possible. I have cumin seeds. Some of you might like it, some might not. So feel free not to add it if you don't like it, but it adds another dimension of flavor to the vegetables. A little bit of paprika to add a little smokiness to the recipe. And I like a little bit of heat, but you don't have to. It's all to taste, okay? So whatever you're comfortable with. And last, a little salt and pepper for now, just to bring it all together. And we might need to adjust it a bit later. This is so fragrant. I wish that I could send some of this smell through the camera so you can smell how amazing this is smelling right now. And again, feel free at home to add any kind of herbs or spices that you are accustomed to, or feel free to experiment with something new. Leaves again, and then we're going to utilize this week to stuff our Swiss chard. See the variety? Absolutely beautiful. And we also have collard that we're going to stuff. Something that I highly recommend to you, when we cut the stem, don't throw it out, because there's so much nutrition in here that you really be not doing yourself a favor in your family, because there's so much in here that you can that your body needs, a lot of nutrients. So what I usually do is I scrape back the tough part of the stem, and the rest chop it up. If you're not going to utilize it the same day, you can just save it in a container in the refrigerator, and you can do so much with this. You can add it to omelets, you can add it to smoothies, you can add it to soups, stews, a number of recipes. So save it, and you're going to be adding additional nutrition. You could steam the leaf if it's not pliable, but this is very pliable, so we're not going to steam it ahead of time. And also the collar is also very pliable, so you don't have to steam it. So what you can do is just take the back of it and gently just remove the toughest part. That way it will be easy for you to close once you stuff it. And as you see, we switch from the green cutting board that we were cutting the raw vegetables now to the white cutting board, because now we have cooked vegetables. Okay, so here we are going to stuff these leaves now. Take a spoonful here. And something else that I would add to this right now, I love olives and I love jalapeno, I love hot peppers. So I would add a couple of olives in here and jalapeno either or, just to make it more fragrant, and garbanzo beans. And then you have all kinds of nutrients here, including protein. So just feel free to roll it up this way, and tuck it in this way, and tuck it in this way. And see, we have the garlic scape, so we're going to wrap it up with the garlic scape. And what else is this going to do? The garlic scape is going to add amazing flavor, so we don't have to add garlic to the water. because the fragrance of the Escape is going to do amazing. There you go. And I just want to show you that if you get leaves this week that some of them have holes, don't disregard them, please. You can patch it up. Take a little bit from the end and add it here, or take another one that has a hole and break a little piece and just patch it up. Remember how we used to patch jeans, or we still do, some of us? Same thing. So we have gone through just about all the sauté veggies that we had, and this is the last one that we have. Again, very easy to do. So we're going to fold it in and over and over, and we're going to flip it around, and we're going to secure it with anything that you have. If you have scallions, fine, anything will do. It's just so that the stuffing will stay in place and we don't lose it during the steaming process. So everything is here now, and we have a nice, very nice steamer here. But I wanted to just suggest that if you don't have a steamer at home, something else that you can do is that you can take a piece of foil. This is last resort. Shape it like a crown. Shape it in a circle. And I'm going to pretend that this is the bottom of the pot. Just place it here. And if you have a toaster oven or any small strainer, or in the toaster oven, any of the small racks, you can just place it right on top, and then just add the food that you're going to steam, and you just cover it. Just make sure that everything is neatly covered so that the steam doesn't get out. That way you don't lose any of the steam. The important part of the steamer, of the double boiler, is that the cover is tightly on so that we don't lose any steam. And if you don't have a lid that fits tightly over a steamer, you can always utilize foil. I am not all that crazy about foil, but if that's all that you have at home, then some people use a towel also that is toxic free, like organic cotton towel, and just press it in. Now we have our finished steamed, stuffed, delicious vegetables here with a side of string beans. Nice and simple and delicious. Here you go. Bon appetit.